It drives me absolutely nuts that you will think your makeup looks perfect in one lighting, and then you get into different lighting and you realize just how imperfect it looks. What the heck? Anyway, this side of my house is more well lit than this side of the house, and it always throws me off. So I've been talking about doing a video about Laura Geller for a while. I really want to do this because this is one of the first brands that I bought a lot of products from. A couple years ago when I was in grad school, I knew I liked high-end products and I knew I did not want to pay full retail for them. So I just started looking to see who had the best prices on the internet but still had high-rated products, and that's really the truth of how I found this brand. They run incredible sales. What I want to do in this video is show you guys a lot of what I have from this company, kind of give you a best and a worst of, as well as to go over this set. I recently picked this up both for my giveaway and for myself. This is 4 products from this brand that I really like, and Laura Geller ran a summer sale for 30% off everything on her site. I was able to get this set, which has a $73 value for $27. You can't beat that. That's 4 items for $7 each. And she does, when she puts together a set, it's mostly full-size items. But anytime you are buying sets, you want to make sure that you're buying a set that has items you'll actually use. So that's going to be the point of this video. I want you guys to be able to know what you'd be looking for from this brand. I expect people to stumble upon this video during a Laura Geller sale going, what products do I want and which ones do I want to pass on? I got you. The other major tip that I would give you is to sign up for the newsletter on the Laura Geller website. She runs at least twice a year a 50% off sale, and it does include these sets. I've actually seen that sale go 50% off and buy one get one free. I mean, we're talking high-end products for absolutely dirt cheap. So sign up. The sales usually happen right before and right after Christmas. So yeah, let's dig in. I'm going to go ahead and apply some of this stuff onto my face while I talk about what I like and what I don't. So we're going to start with the primer. So the primer that you get in the set is the Spackle Hydrating. This is, as a dry skin person, this is my favorite primer of this company. The Hydrating Spackle is so incredibly similar to another popular product, and that is the Too Faced Hangover Primer. It even contains that same coconut oil ingredient. It's just not scented, so I actually think this would work better on most skin types. If this has a tendency to break you out, but you enjoy the feel of it, you might really like Hydrating Spackle. Oh, and worth mentioning, the one in the set is the 1 ounce size. Her full size is the 2 ounce size, which retails for $32. This one is considered her travel size, but to give you a comparison, this travel size is the full size of most primers. Most primers run for about 1 ounce as a full size. The Too Faced one is 1.35 ounces, but 2 ounces is a big size, and it will last you a long time. I love when I'm using a hydrating primer. I don't feel like I have to worry about overdoing it in the same way I have to worry about a high silicone primer, which can end up becoming a disaster pretty quickly. Okay, so I'm not sure if this is made anymore. This is the Banish and Brighten Concealer in the shade Fair Light. It's nice in theory. It has this nice cooling tip that feels really nicely when you apply it under your eyes. But just know that this is not a concealer for blemishes, because you don't want to bring any highlighting to blemishes. So it's a strictly under the eye. Alright, so next up I'm going to use the Baked and Balanced Brighten Foundation. I think this is a pretty well-known product from her. This is one of those powder foundations. It has kind of a swirl effect, but it ends up looking really natural on the skin. All of her products do have a small, all of these shape of products have a little mirror inside, which is really nice. You do want to make sure that you use concealer before this step if that is something that you feel like you need. I think it's a surprisingly nice looking powder foundation, especially for me to say that as somebody that has drier skin. I think this is a really good product. This is in a lot of the kits in a travel size if you're at all hesitant about it, but I do have to comment on the fact that I think it runs a little dark. I usually need light shades, not fair. For this company, I do need fair, especially in this product. It runs dark. So I want to talk about the baked body frostings real fast. I have 2 shades. I have Tahitian Glow and Sugar Glow. Tahitian Glow isn't really something that appeals to me personally, but for some people this will be something that you will really, really love. This is a bronzer, but it's not a face bronzer. I actually don't like how this looks on me as a face bronzer. However, it's a self-tanner. This is a very strange concept to me. I'm not somebody who uses self-tanner, but I tried this today on my neck, and I tried to take it back off, so if my neck looks a little darker today, that's what's going on. It's a weird feeling for me. It's a very immediate and very strong change, but it really doesn't make you orange. So if you like self-tan, if you like the look of self-tan, but you don't like the streakiness, the long-lasting effects, I cannot deal with self-tanning because I cannot deal with the flakiness that happens. Maybe this is because I'm dry-skinned. Is this because I'm dry-skinned? I bet it is. But yeah, self-tans are no for me. But I actually like that. I just don't personally like it. If you like the look of a tan, you might want to try it. It works incredibly well. I do like Sugar Glow. It's a very soft and subtle highlight. I think it might even show up more on a more medium skin tone than somebody like myself that's light. But if you apply it onto like your collarbones, it just gives you a little bit more of an extra glow. It's really pretty. Alright, let's do blush and highlighter next. The only blush that I still have is Tropic Hues. I misplaced my other one, which is a darn shame, but I've traveled with these a lot. Her blushes are fantastic. This is actually a brush that came in a set. It's not my favorite brush, but it will give you a light application if you're at all worried about going overboard. Weirdly enough, I use this brush all the time. This little tip right here is so perfect to blend out my Benefit highbrow. Who knew? We have this day and age of all these brushes, and here I am reaching for a sponge tip applicator. This one in particular is just a stunning shimmering blush with a little bit of pink and gold hues to it. And I've got two highlighters. I've got Diamond Dust as well as Gilded Honey. I'm going to go ahead and do Diamond Dust today, even though, to be honest with you, this is not my favorite highlighter. So just so you guys can see, that's Diamond Dust, that's Gilded Honey, and then that is the blush Tropic Hues. These are all super pretty. And then I want to throw into this mix the Baked Highlighter in French Vanilla. Let me swatch this so you guys can see that this is not the same type of highlighter at all. This one is going to be your very subtle highlighter. Anybody who's not into the Mega Glow of these, you might really like this. This product actually reminds me quite a lot of the Hourglass Diffused Light. There they are side by side. You can see that the Laura Geller version is a little bit darker, so I think that if you like this product but it's just a little bit too light on you, you might really love this. I'm just going to go ahead and add a small amount of this, just so you guys can get a chance to see other ways that you can use this particular highlighter. So I'm blending all this out. I just want this to be a subtle look today. I don't want anything overkill. This is going to be a pretty minimal makeup look overall. You may have noticed that I started this video with eyeshadow on, just a light amount of eyeshadow. That's because I don't actually like Laura Geller's eyeshadows. I do think they're really pretty. I like the way that you can travel with them. These also have that small mirror inside. However, I just don't like these. I personally don't. I feel that Laura Geller's strength is just not eyeshadow, which is why you never hear anybody talking about her palettes. It's just not the best formula. They're always shimmery, which is kind of not on trend right now. I went ahead and swatched this particular one. This is the Marble Shadow in Blue Icing and Coffee Cake. So you can see it's not that the colors are bad, it's just that, first of all, I don't think you get enough division between the colors. So you see I got some of that brown and the blue. It's just not my favorite. That's all I can say. But that said, I like her liners. Her liners are meant to be used wet, which is the way you can use the eyeshadows as well. You just want to spritz your brush and then go for these colors. And what I like about this, if you're the kind of person who finds that you don't wear makeup enough to justify repurchasing, especially a liquid liner, this is actually a good option for you. Being a powder, it will last forever. Just make sure that if you use it wet, you do let it dry before you close up the container. That'll prolong the life of the liner. It's overall an easy product to use, and she does have a lot of really great color options. I'll just go ahead and show you guys one of them. So this is the shade Enchanted Forest. And this one is meant to be used as an eyeshadow or as a liner. I definitely prefer it as a liner. It's a very dark eyeshadow. If you're into dark eyeshadows, it might be a good option. I also want to mention the powder pencil eyeliner. This is in the shade Olive. If you're finding that you're having any difficulty with applying eyeshadow under your eye, what this does is it gives you the exact same effect. It's basically a pencil that turns into a powder on. So next up, I'm going to use the GlamLash Dramatic Volumizing Mascara from the kit. This has a very, very tiny wand to it, which I actually really like for grabbing on to the inner lashes. So that is the effect of that mascara. I can't say it's really the most volumizing mascara I've ever used, but I do definitely like it, and I especially like using it to get those inner corner lashes as well as the bottom lash. Do you guys also use more than one mascara at a time? I really struggle to just use one. I'll grab one and I'll be like, I need this one to do something else. Anyone else? I skipped over an item in this kit because I'm not going to use it with this look, but this is the Inkredible Waterproof Gel Eyeliner Pencil. I have really taken to loving these pencils, these gel type for under the top waterline. It's like a dangerous thing that a lot of people on YouTube do. I do this only sometimes because you can get it in your eye. I find a waterproof one is the best to go with if you're going to do this, but it's just where you line that upper, like you look way, way up and you line under there, and if you have any of that like lid showing underneath your lashes that kind of can throw off a look, it fixes it. Okay, you guys may have noticed I came brow ready today. Barely, but I did. I don't particularly love Laura Geller's brow products. The only one I've tried is the Define and Tame Brow Perfecting Gel. This is old. I stopped using it. It's just, I'm not sure she sells it anymore, but it's one of those that, have you used those brow products where you can kind of see the gel in the brow hair? Not my favorite look. I want to wrap this look up with some lipstick. I do have the Luscious Lips lipstick in Cherry Almond. This shade is so pretty. I'm going to show you guys how this looks on, actually. This is one of those liquid lipsticks that does not dry down completely, so it's really comfortable, and it's such a pretty color in my opinion. I just wanted to show you this one on. I'm not going to stick with it. I'm going to actually use the color from this set, which is the 50 Kisses Lip Locking Liquid Color. So that is that color. It is drying, but it is not ColourPop Ultra Matte drying. It's definitely more Stila, Kat Von D, that kind of level. It seems to also take a few minutes to dry. So you can see it's not dry yet. Alright, so that is the completed look. While I would say I don't love this brand's eyeshadows nor brow products, I really do like their complexion products. I think the powder foundation is wonderful. I love the primer. I love the blushes and the highlights. They're so pretty. And I would say her eyeliners, mascaras, and lipsticks are all good. Nothing that I would go out and buy individually, but when I get them in a set, I do always enjoy them. Alright guys, that is my review of the Laura Geller brand, and make sure you're entered to win this as well. I will link that in the description box below. And thanks so much for watching. Remember that if you liked this video, please do give it a like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.